Hi, Warriors. Just a quick update on open positions. Euro from Sunday night, short in the money now. I'm going to leave my stops, give it room to breathe in case we try and make one more move to the upside uh, because of this. But dollar is popping as well. So I think you could, give it some tolerance under the lows. Let's get to some objectives. I'm thinking that we can rally back towards par and a half, and fill this gap is what I'm looking for. So that would be another couple hundred pips or so, and maybe just like today with the euro being down 51 and cable only being down 12, that euro's really going to outperform to the downside, as I talked about with the euro pound looking corrective yesterday. So euro's still the preferred short. A lot of people are saying no way it could trade 110, but we've gotten through to the 9 day. Next target's 50, and this is on a 4 hour chart. That's about 1370. And then you start getting under there, you could start thinking about the breakout, which happened at 111. So, maybe they stretch it to 110, but very crowded trade on the bearishness of anything that has US in front of it. Bonds, stocks, the dollar, all US dollar denominated assets under pressure because of the weak dollar. So we're getting a recovery in S&Ps with this right now. Um, my stop did not survive in the end. I tried to buy it here yesterday. 100 pip stop was elected. So this is what you do with the end now. If we close, we ended up with a throw over, which is, you could call it a throw under. But the way to trade it now is wait for it to do something right and get back above this throw over line. It's going to come in around 41.20. That's about 60 pips from here. Then once we get back inside this formation, we'll see what kind of recovery we could get. The level it's trying to hold is big, big. I've been talking about 140. In fact, that was an objective that I had when we were bearish at 58 and 54 and 51. So here we are. A lot of people are saying we could flush to 38. They have trend lines there. You have the 200-week moving average. So we'll see. I'm just going to stay with what's working right now, and that's short euro. Short Aussie starting to work. In fact, we're on the verge of a reversal week to the downside. The 2 week off number is 257. Let's see. It's the close 62.90. So another 90 pips, book something because that's the close from 2 weeks ago. I do think we could trade down to 62, but that would be a good place to take partials, just a shade under 63. That would be like a 100 pip trade. Okay. Gold is trading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth today. I've lost money trying to short this thing. It's probably a short. I have, no momentum indicators that are telling me to do it unless I really drill down to maybe like, let's see, the 30-minute. And even the 30-minute is not diverging. It's only the 15. So, I still think that there's going to be a better buying opportunity in gold. I know I've been saying that for about $200, but we'll see. The shares look pretty toppy to me. So here's Newmont, 30-second. Go back to a 4. This looks like we're putting in a top for at least a retrace, maybe back to 50. GDX, same type of formation. Here's the high of the move, and look at the divergence. So if you're a miner fan, get ready to buy a break. I'm going to be concentrating on silver stocks, and I still think that there's a chance in silver unless they really unwind the gold silver ratio, which is, starting to happen here. Um, where are we? Gold silver ratio. Yeah, only up a little. This is drive two, right? Still really high momentum. But I'm thinking that silver still has a chance to trade back down towards 27, 26 and a half. And that's where I'll be backing up the truck for even all the way down to 26. That was the breakout. So we'll see in the next couple months. I think that's where you're going to want to be is long silver shares. I got a list of them. So let's get to S&Ps. A lot of bears here. It's actually trying to put in a higher low, right? So we had the base, we had this, and we're trying to put in a higher low. Here's your 4 hour, held 51 like a champ. I'm not that impressed, even though we're, up 60 about the chart formation. I still think it could do anything. But I still think there's too much bearishness here after this break, and it's not a fat pitch to get short. So, what I'm doing is trading alongside of WTI, which is trying to hold the 62 level. It did so here. Um, so we'll see. Are the Elliott wave guys going to get their wave five, which means this is four, and we make new lows? Or are they going to be waiting for a wave five that never happens? And the megaphone formation ended up being the low. Jury's out. Jury's out on that. So interest rates now look, yesterday I put out a tweet. I said, looks like the bonds want to rally. So what would be the inverse of what's been going on for a long time? Everyone's been bearish dollar, bearish bonds, bearish stocks. So, TLT could rally too. I know it's the worst of the worst, but look, we had this double bottom here and we're starting to turn up and we get through 88. That could take us up to 91, a step at a time, but bonds are starting to look a lot better, especially if a haven like gold begins to correct. Money could flow right back into bonds. And I think this time it's going to help the market and maybe not help the dollar for a little while. I think that's about it for covering. Basically, the takeaway is, oh yeah, I did want to cover Bitcoin. I said it was on the verge of a trend break. Yesterday, we've done it. We've broken out. And this is uh, another instrument you have to put in the positive camp when it comes to equities. It is a measure of liquidity. So it's actually rallying with the dollar rallying today. Looks pretty good. New highs look likely to me. So it's not that there isn't liquidity or Bitcoin won't be trading 90, it'd be trading 70. So that's a wrap, everyone. Hold these dollar positions. You get 50 pips or so on any of them or 80, take some partial profits, but I think we have the dollar diagnosed, starting to get a reversal day. So this is about the level I'm looking at, par 50. Okay, so from here, that's another 220 pips. So that could take the euro back down towards the 111. 2 week off number. This is a daily, but let's see the 2 week off number in euro. See if that's achievable because that was really the strength. Yeah, we could get there. So this would be a good place for partial profits. It's 113 60. So another 100 lower. That's your 2 week off number. Book it. And as I say every day to end the show, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Tomorrow I have a great interview lined up with Christian Frommertz. And the guy's a great trader, well known on X. And be there 10:30 a.m. EST. And that's